thought transmission is always occurring in your 3D. That's how your 3D is created. That's why your SP is showing up the way they are. They have no free will. How are you not getting this, guys? Some of you, oh my God, it blows my mind. They have no free will. They have no free will. They have no free will. They can only receive your dominant thoughts. What are your dominant fucking thoughts? Let me read this Loz Lesson suggestion from the squad, and it's blowing my fucking mind because it means even the squaddies, even the people in my subconscious Loz squad are not fucking listening to me. I must have a really strong assumption that you guys don't listen. I know I did because it was in the last YouTube video. Listen to this question and tell me what's wrong with this goddamn question if you've got half a clue about how this works. Holding old stories about a specific person, and is it only your new concept that is not reaching them? So this girl's got this assumption that whatever she's currently thinking isn't reaching them. So that's the first thing. Do they receive any thought transmission? Huh? If we are one consciousness, why do they only receive the needy energy that you may have, but not the positive affirmations you are working on? In this Loz lesson, I'll tell you everything that's wrong with this question and the fact that half of you aren't getting this about your specific person reflecting your fucking thinking. Guys, this question is making me want to jump off a cliff because this is actually in the squad. Every assumption in this question is telling me that the person doesn't understand thought transmission at all, and doesn't understand that their specific person is reflecting them right fucking now, because all the assumptions in this question right fucking now are negative. You're telling me these are positive assumptions? You're having positive affirmations, are you, right now on this question? Read it again. Do they receive any thought transmission? If we are one consciousness, why do they only receive the needy energy that you may have? Well, do you have needy energy, do you? You may have needy energy, you're saying. So you're telling me right now that you have needy energy and you expect them to not get that, receive that. They're receiving it all the fucking time. What you guys don't get is that so many of you come to manifestation as something to do to change someone, and you think you're going to start manifesting. What you don't realize is you manifested the whole situation you've got yourself in that you're trying to manifest away. So if you've lost your specific person because you acted like a needy bitch and now they've left, you've got to understand that you're currently thinking still old thoughts you had before. You're trying to put in new thoughts, but your old thoughts got transmitted to them very fucking easily before. And they were probably very dominant before. Are they still dominant now? That's why they're still receiving them now. And for you to ask this question, this person who's asked it and said, why do they only receive needy energy? You've got an assumption that it's not changing. You've got an assumption they're only receiving those thoughts. You've got an assumption nothing's happening with them. You've got an assumption old stories are still being sent out. You've got an assumption nothing's working. Because why would you even ask the question if you thought it was working? If you were getting results in your 3D with your specific person, would you ask this question? No. So this person's got a really strong assumption it isn't working, a really strong assumption their person's only receiving their negative thoughts, a really strong assumption they are needy and they don't understand thought transmission in any small way because they don't understand that they were transmitting thoughts to them before. Do they receive any thought transmission? Do they receive any thought transmission? Guys, they're receiving your thoughts all day long, 24 hours a day. You are one consciousness. How can you be one consciousness but they're not receiving it? You are one, correct? Aren't they receiving everything? What in the world? Guys, some of you blow my mind with this. You come in and you think you understand what I'm saying. You fundamentally think you understand manifesting a specific person. You come to me and you say, I'm so glad I found you, Loz. I'm so glad I found you because I was watching Law of Attraction coaches and they were teaching me about vibration and the universe will decide. I'm so glad I found you. Or I'm so glad I found you, Loz, because other people were confusing me about self-concept and telling me I had to robotically affirm or regulate my emotions and all I had to do was think differently about myself. I'm so glad I found you, Loz, because before I was concentrating so much on my specific person and now I'm actually changing me and focusing on myself. And then you still don't get it. And then you still don't get that they received all the thoughts you had before that caused you to break up. They are receiving all the thoughts right now that are causing them to not prioritize you. You are causing yourself to have to set boundaries with them because your shitty thinking about them is causing them to act like a dick, whereby you feel like you need to say something, but it's actually your thoughts about them being a dick that's causing them to act like a dick. Guys, if you are in my squad right now and you are writing questions like this, and there are a plethora of questions, Loz Lesson suggestions here in the squad, and you're asking me about what do we do about setting boundaries, or they're not showing up right yet, or do they really receive the thoughts, please go back right now while it's still in the squad and watch part 1 of Be Their Priority, because you aren't listening and you aren't getting it yet. Some of you need to watch my videos over and fucking over 5 or 6 times to really let it sink in. A lot of people said when they watch Back and Begging, they watched the first video like 10 to 20 times because they didn't really understand everything they were doing wrong to manifest their specific person. And if you're manifesting your specific person, go and get that course, Back and Begging, okay? Because some of you are fucking lost about the process of this and how it's just you. It's just you. I don't know how many different ways. I'm doing one of my frustrated videos again because, guys, I've been speaking about this for 3 years. I know some of you are new. But if you're in the squad right now and you're asking me questions about, like, this blows my mind. Do they get the thought transmission? Do they receive any thought transmission? Like, I feel like I want to open up my balcony, jump into the ocean and drown myself reading that. And this person's in the squad. This person's in the squad, the place where we're meant to be learning from me and understanding these principles completely and utterly and not having to ask questions about the fundamentals. If you don't understand that your specific person is reflecting you right fucking now, if you don't understand that every single negative thought and positive thought you hold dominantly is being sent to them, then you're not going to get this. So this person thinks, oh, but they mustn't be receiving any of my new positive affirmations because nothing's changed. That's her assumption. But unfortunately, she's obviously got so much negative thinking still about her and about him that he's still showing up the same way he was before. So nothing's being shown to her in 3D, showing her it's changing. So she thinks thought transmission isn't occurring. Thought transmission is always occurring in your 3D. That's how your 3D is created. That's why your SP is showing up the way they are. They have no free will. How are you not getting this, guys? Some of you... Oh my God, it blows my mind. They have no free will. They have no free will. They have no free will. They can only receive your dominant thoughts. What are your dominant fucking thoughts? Oh, well, my dominant fucking thoughts are, Loz, that he doesn't receive my thoughts and nothing's changing and he doesn't want to do what I want and he doesn't want what I want and he doesn't actually want me. Okay. So if thought transmission is constant, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because we're one consciousness, tell me all the negative thoughts you just had then. Oh, well, I thought I was being positive by doing positive affirmations. But actually, right then, I had a whole lot of assumptions, didn't I? That he wasn't receiving my thoughts, he didn't want me, and he wasn't changing. Right. So what is doing positive affirmations all day going to do to change that shit you haven't changed? You think you might want to change that shit? Oh, so me just doing positive affirmations isn't going to work if I'm still thinking all that crap. And I still have an assumption this doesn't work. And I still don't understand they're receiving the thoughts. And I still don't believe in my power and believe they're going to change because they have no free will. They're just reflecting me. Ah, you're getting it. Guys, they're just reflecting you. Honestly, do you want me just to say it over and over and over and over in every video at the beginning? They're just reflecting you. They're just reflecting you. They're just reflecting you. They're just reflecting you. You have to change because they're just reflecting you. Stop thinking they've got free will. They're just reflecting you. Everything you're dominantly thinking right now, they're reflecting. If you haven't changed what you're dominantly thinking before, they're still reflecting that because you're still thinking it, aren't you? They're just reflecting you. They're just reflecting you. They're just reflecting you. They're just reflecting you. Oh, but are they receiving my thoughts? Oh my God, kill me now. People need to read the basics of Neville. No fucking shit. Thank you, darling. Like some of you are coming in here like you've never ever listened to a Neville Goddard lecture. You've never read one of his books. They're pamphlets, guys. They're this fucking thin. Please go and educate yourself. Please, I'm begging you. Like, do they receive any thought transmission? Do they receive any thought transmission? Yes, darling. They're receiving your thought transmission right now that this isn't working, that you don't trust yourself, that they're making their own decisions and they don't want you. They're receiving it loud and clear, and that's why they're not back. Ta-da! It worked magically. That thought transmission is working right fucking now. They're also receiving the thoughts that you have needy energy and your positive affirmations aren't working. They're all your thoughts. They're in your question. Holding old stories about SP, and it is only your new self-concept that is not reaching them. What do you mean not reaching them? What do you mean it's not reaching them? How do you know it's not reaching them? What in the fuck is this question? Not reaching them? Guys, if they haven't shown up yet in your 3D, you're thinking wrong. If they're still showing up wrong in your 3D, you're still thinking wrong. It's not reaching them. What you're currently doing is reaching them perfectly, and you're doing it wrong. It's always reaching them. What in the hell are you talking about? You think this is a trick of the mind, like they're over here not thinking anything, and you're putting thoughts in their mind, but somehow there's this barrier between you and your specific person. Somehow it's stopping it reaching them. Why isn't it reaching them? It is reaching them. But unfortunately, 90% of what you just wrote is completely negative, an old story and assumptions that this doesn't work. That's reaching them, darling. It's reaching them perfectly. That's what they're reflecting. I'm not changing. I still hold the old story about you because you still hold the old story about yourself. You think this doesn't work. You don't believe I have no free will. You think I'm making my own decisions, so I'm not changing. I'm reflecting that back to you. Read everything you just wrote. You don't have any power. You think I'm making my own decisions. You think this isn't reaching me. You're thinking I'm not changing. So that's what I'm doing. What? So you're actually reflecting everything I just wrote down. What do you mean? We're one consciousness. I can only reflect you. I'm reflecting exactly what you just wrote down. Oh my God. So I am full of negative assumptions about how this doesn't work and how this isn't reaching you and how you actually don't want me and that you're making your own decisions. Because deep down, I truly believe you don't want me because I have a self-concept that I'm not wantable by you, and I haven't actually fixed that yet. And until I change that thought, you won't actually want me, because deep down behind all these thoughts that you aren't changing is the thought that you don't really want me because I'm not lovable enough or wantable enough, or there's something wrong with me. Like, so what you have to do is look at the results with your specific person and think, if I'm transmitting thoughts to them all the time, what are they showing me that I'm still transmitting? Think about it. I'll say it again. If I understand that thought transmission is real, and that's how I lost my specific person, or that's how they're showing up like a dick right now because of my thinking, if I truly and completely and fundamentally understand this, then what am I reflecting right fucking now that's making them show up the way they are? What am I reflecting right now that's making my specific person show up the way they are? Because if they can only reflect me, then they can only be what I am transmitting. And they're receiving those thoughts all the time because we are one and there is no separation, and your specific person has no free will. But some of you aren't getting it. And that's why they're not back. And that's why they haven't changed. And that's why they're still treating you badly. And that's why you don't have the job. And that's why you don't have the money. That's why. Because you aren't getting the fundamentals of thought transmission and how this works. That no one in your reality has any free will at all, ever. So I can't help you until you get that. Like, it's the fundamental of this, guys, to understand that everyone is simply your reflection, that you are the cause of your reality. You can't be the cause of your reality and then think they're not receiving thoughts. You can't be the cause of your reality and think they're making up their own mind. You can't be the cause of your reality and think they're separate from you. You can't be the cause of your reality and blame them for the way they're showing up. You can't be the cause of your reality and set a boundary with them. What do you mean? You either get that you're the cause or you don't. Do you get it? You either get that you're sending them thoughts all the time because of one consciousness, or you don't. Do you get that part? You either get they have no free will and they're just reflecting you, or you don't. Do some of you just simply not understand the fundamentals of this? If you don't, you need to go and get my free course called Everything You've Learned About Manifesting Is Wrong. Then after that, the step up from that would be my self-concept course, A Kick-Ass You. So you really understand your own shit that you're reflecting out to them, and that's why they're showing up. Then if you really want to deep dive into the love situation with your person, either get back and begging if you've just broken up, okay, and you're split up or in no contact, or get worthy as fuck for love. So you really understand your deep, deep core psychological shit that's causing them to show up the way they are, or come and join us right now in the squad for the last part of back and begging, not back and begging, be their priority, and you'll get the whole course because we're almost at the end. Come and join me in the squad right now if you're not getting this, because I tell you what, these questions are from people in the squad. Have they listened? Did this person listen to the videos? No, she didn't. And I just, honestly, guys, there are only so many different ways I can explain this. A couple of YouTube videos ago, I did an interpretive dance so you guys can understand the principles. If I have to interpretive dance and you still aren't getting it, I don't know, you have to go away and you have to do your own research. Okay? Do your own research. Because I'm sorry, some of you have not watched Neville, have not listened to Neville, have not watched my fundamental videos about law of assumption versus law of attraction. You haven't gone to my YouTube and watched my old lives. You haven't watched my YouTube Why It's Not Manifesting playlist. You haven't watched my self-concept playlist. You haven't watched my Ask Loz playlist. And then you come in here with one question that shows me you don't understand any of this. And you expect me on a live or in a Loz lesson to fundamentally explain everything to you when you haven't actually bothered. You're so lazy that you haven't actually bothered to do anything to educate yourself. Right? I had a situation recently where I said to someone, could you just bring me some things so I can do this thing you want for me? They didn't bother to do it. Then they wanted me to do it. Guys, I can't do everything for you. Please do something for yourself, like listen to my videos, like go and listen to Neville lectures. Do your own research, because some of you are so lost and you're not understanding your thoughts create your reality. You're not understanding they have no free will. You're not understanding you're the only cause. You're not understanding they're not making up their own mind. You're just not understanding it. And because reading Neville is hard. I know, that's why I have a course called Neville Made Easy. If you don't understand Neville Goddard, go and get Neville Made Easy. We've made it so simplified for you, like a 5-year-old. But some of you don't even want to learn. Oh, but Loz, I know you have a whole Neville course where you explain Neville Goddard's fundamentals, but I can't bother doing it. And I know, Loz, you have a whole course called Worthy as Fuck for Love about all the problems I have in love and why my patterns in love keep occurring, but I can't bother doing it. I just want to ask you a question on a live and hope that you can teach me all the fundamentals in 1 minute with a reply text. The Neville course is amazing. Guys, look, I know Neville's really hard. I know the fundamentals of this are really hard slog sometimes. That's why we simplify everything for you. Why do you think I do courses? Why do you think we have challenges? Why do you think I have the squad? So the mentors can help you. If you aren't understanding the fundamentals of thought transmission being constant 24 hours a day because you are one consciousness and they have no free will, I don't know. Do you get any of this at all then? Do you get any of it? This is a life change, not a quick fix. Exactly, darling. You've got to just lobotomize yourself and realize that how everyone is showing up is a reflection of you. Okay? Everyone. And you can't put it on them. Right? Now, I know I just said before why you're getting triggered by me, but I'm just asking you to reflect on that. Everyone in my reality right now is a reflection of me. Right? And I had someone the other day get upset with me, but I've got a story I upset people. So I'm surprised. So until I change that story, people are going to get upset by me. So it's me, isn't it? Guys. And you're not getting this. You can't blame the other. You can't get annoyed at another person even. Like if someone gets upset with me, I'm not annoyed at them. I'm just like, oh, I did that again. Like I know I seem frustrated on videos and stuff, guys. But if anything happens in my 3D, I don't even react. Like someone did something last night to me and I just wrote whatever as a response. Then they were like, no, it really is. This is really the reason. And they were sending me photographs to prove what they were saying. I said, I believed you. I just know I manifested this. Like I didn't want to write, I know I manifested this situation. I just wrote whatever laughing emoji because I knew I'd done it. It wasn't even about them. And they were like trying to come up with like, oh, sorry. And I was like, don't be sorry. I'm laughing at this stupid situation. Like most situations in my life right now, I go, what? Oh, well, fuck. Like that's most of my reactions to life right now. Like something happened to me last week. I was like, what? How's this person completely misunderstood every single solitary thing I've just said and thought I was saying the opposite of what I was saying? Oh, because you have a story, you misunderstood that you upset people and you do things wrong. Okay, so that's just happened. And now this person thinks all these things that I didn't say. The end. Guys, you're transmitting thought all the time. If I ever thought all the time that I upset people, people are constantly going to be upset by me, aren't they? are you guys not getting this yet? Please get it. Please get that your specific person is only reflecting you. Please get it before my head explodes because I've said it so many goddamn times. Please come and join the squad right now and do Be Their Priority with us if you're really not understanding why they're not prioritizing you. If you feel like setting a boundary and telling them off, please, because goddamn it. How long is it in the squad? So it's going to be in, I've just dropped part 6 yesterday. Part 7 is dropping next week. Then there's one more special part and then it goes. Okay, but the whole course is still in there. So I highly recommend coming and joining the squad right now to get the course, because the course will go on my website for a lot more money than $50 a month. Okay, and if you join up for the year, it's $35 a month. And you'll actually get the full course that you'd have to pay for on my website later on. Okay, guys? How often you go live on here? Now, guys, I'm going to go live more often and the lives are going to change. So from now on, Q&A is happening in the squad exclusively, because I can't keep doing Q&A on all my videos. You know why? Because people are actually getting pissed off by it. So I take these videos and I put them on YouTube. And what's been happening is, if you look at my watch time, everyone watches the YouTube Loz Lesson and it goes like this. And everyone leaves. You know why they leave? Because they don't want to hear your triggering old stories, and they also don't want to hear your inane questions. People who get this, people who really understand this, don't want to hear your questions, guys. That's why I have a Q&A forum, so all the questions are in one place inside the squad and in my free group, so that not everyone gets triggered by the questions. A lot of people get triggered by question and answer. So if you want to ask your questions of me from now on, I suggest you come and join the squad, my monthly maintenance and coaching group, where I have coaching videos from before, I have lives, the mentors go live, and the Q&A forum is there for you to ask your questions and you'll get answered. Or you can ask your Q&A questions in my free group, Subconscious Loz, my free Subconscious Loz Facebook group, but you're not necessarily guaranteed an answer in there. Where in the squad, you're more likely to get an answer from the mentors or the other squaddies, okay? Not every time, but you're more likely to get your question answered, plus the mentors will discuss questions from the Q&A every Monday, plus I go live and I answer your questions in there live on the weekend on Facebook Friday. So guys, from now on, if you want to ask questions, go over there. Okay, you can also ask questions under my videos, under my TikToks, under my Instagrams. But for me to actually put Q&A all the time at the end of my videos is actually really not great for everyone, because a lot of people get really triggered by it and flick the video off. Okay? I'm just so glad other squaddies ask all the questions. I am more quiet and just soaking it all in. Yes, guys, sometimes people just lurk. It's okay to be a lurker. You don't have to be in there answering questions. The squad is life-changing. Wonderful, darling. So, guys, you join the squad by going to my link tree. You click the link in bio, and where it says Be Their Priority, now come and join Be Their Priority, or join the squad, the Subconscious Loz squad. Just join it. It's $50 a month or $35 if you join it for the year. So, guys, the squad is the place to be right now, because back and begging will be ending. And I want you to really, truly understand that there is no free will, and your specific person is only reflecting you. So what do you need to do? You need to change what you're reflecting. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. Make sure you follow me here. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. Make sure you come and join the squad for Be Their Priority before it gets pulled out and put on my website, or just join my free Subconscious Loz free Facebook group. And I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.